Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and I thought we could take a couple minutes to talk about Marvel's Mutants and Doctor Strange. Well, like the whole library of rumors that were associated with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, the House of M mutant storyline never made it onto the big screen. Now, many reports leading into the movie had indicated that this story was going to be part of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But if you saw the movie, it was pretty clear why it didn't fit. Now, in case you didn't know, in the comics at least, Wanda Maximoff has a huge history with mutants, and in the books actually removed the powers of millions of mutants during the House of M storyline. Now, this caused many people to speculate that during the Multiverse of Madness, we would see somewhat of a reverse story here, having Wanda create the mutants in the MCU instead of removing them from the Marvel Universe like he did in the comic. Now, this was a pretty lofty expectation, but I think a lot of people are fairly disappointed it didn't happen. The movie was already jam-packed, and I don't know if there was a lot of space, but recently, the writer of the film, Michael Waldron, sat down with Entertainment Tonight and talked a little bit about why the mutants didn't show up in this movie. And it makes a lot of sense. But this seems like a pretty good time to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, our big giveaway. We're going to give away this Oculus Quest 2 at 50,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Well, like I was saying, Michael Waldron sat down and talked with Entertainment Tonight, actually ET Online, and they dove into a little bit about the House of M storyline and why mutants didn't really fit into this movie. This is what he had to say. Yeah, we talked about House of M, and there's plenty of examples of Wanda doing bad things throughout the comics in an effort to get her kids back. But this story didn't need mutants to be powerful. I guess that was our feeling. And, wherever that lies on the timeline for the MCU, it didn't feel like the right place to introduce it. Then, it would have suddenly been just about mutants. And this was really a story about Wanda and her grief and her descent into darkness in this movie. Now, let's be fair, they did technically introduce mutants in this film. We had Professor X from Earth 838 as a member of the Illuminati, so to be fair, it did really happen. But we didn't get that House of M storyline that many people wanted to take place. Now, I have to say, I'm going to totally agree with Waldron here. I would have loved to see Wanda introduce mutants into the MCU if it worked in the story. This movie was already really jam-packed, and some of the elements of the movie as it sat didn't go off very well, so I have to think adding a whole nother storyline that would have allowed Wanda to even say the line to create the mutants would have been awfully convoluted and absolutely not worked in this film. Now, where it fits into the Ultimate Marvel Universe, I'm still really unsure. To be honest, mutants are a pretty big deal and can't really be jammed into the Marvel timeline willy-nilly. It'll probably be as part of a big event film, and quite honestly, with all the talk of incursions seeming to lead up to a Secret Wars event or a Multiverse War event, I think that would be more likely where we would see such a large piece integrated into the MCU. Now, obviously, when we get any more news about Marvel's mutants, whatever form they come in, we're going to bring it to you right away. So, what do you guys think? How did you feel about the House of M storyline not being included in the latest Doctor Strange movie? And do you think there was room in this film to include such a major addition to the MCU? Personally, I do not. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates. Peace.